Hello my loves and welcome back to my sketchbook. A different sketchbook today. This is the book that I will be doing my Inktober drawings in, and here we are on day 2. I am filming, editing and uploading this one today, so far I am on track with this month-long challenge, and we are continuing to try and keep up our regular drawing habit as normal, seeing what we can do in our sketchbooks with an hour or less. But for the month of October I will be using that time every day to see what I can do in ink. Inktober, of course, is the yearly art challenge created by the fantastic Jake Parker, where artists, hobbyists, whoever you may be, we are all challenged to create a drawing every day in ink. Now, as this challenge has become more and more popular and evolved, people are really using it in a way that suits them best. So some people work digitally, some people don't use ink at all, but rather challenge themselves to just do something different or just draw every day. Some people don't draw every day. Some people started drawing last month to give themselves a head start, and I am sure some people won't even have started yet. There are rules, but there really aren't. If you're challenging yourself and you're making art, you're doing it right as far as I'm concerned. That said, I am going the traditional route this year. I plan on drawing every day or thereabouts. I might have a couple of days where I do a couple of drawings in anticipation for days where I won't be able to do any. I'm going to be using just this big biro here, other than maybe the pencil sketches that I do beforehand and a bit of shading with black pencil, and that's really it. I am working in this Hahnemuller sketchbook. The pages are about 5 by 7 inches, and I have a theme that I'm working to, my own theme that I came up with about 2 days before the start of the month. I always like to work with a theme because it gives me a bit more momentum idea-wise, makes it easier to generate ideas for what I'll be drawing every day. So my theme this year is more of a title. I thought it would be fun to turn this little book into a bit of a guidebook. I've been really into my indoor gardening recently, reading a lot about plants and tools and all the other stuff that comes with it, so I thought it would be fun to combine that with the spooky element of the month of October and make a book of greenhouse essentials for potion makers and spellcasters. So each drawing will be something that would be useful to use or grow in a supernatural greenhouse. I really like this idea, it's just fun. I had another idea going into the month that I'd prepped for, had an idea for each drawing that I would do, but it felt a bit too safe. And on top of the usual challenge this year, as with every year, I wanted to use this month as a way to work on another aspect of my art and my creative process. And this time it's my imagination really that I want to work on. I want to be more creative, more of a storyteller, do something a bit more challenging for me and invent things, rather than, just drawing things that already exist. I am scared, I'm not gonna lie, because it's not something I have been great at in the past, but I'm hopeful. I think it'll be a really rewarding month for me if I can get through it, and hopefully the start to something great. I also want to work on stylising my drawings a bit more, just working on my sketching in general, by learning how to make a simpler statement with my lines, which I sadly failed at with this drawing that you're watching now. I really enjoyed my first drawing. It was near enough spot on for what I'd hoped for style-wise, and I just think it's a good drawing. Today's drawing did turn out well, I don't dislike it, and I'm not being hard on myself, so you don't have to tell me not to be, but I lost my way a bit, especially at the beginning. It took me a while to remember what I was going for, that simpler, cleaner look. Not perfect or minimal, just a bit more intentional, a bit more refined. That said, I do think it's a good drawing. I think it goes well with the first one, and I'm hopeful for the next one to be as successful, if not more so. This is a journey. I am 2 steps in. It is going to take some time to really find my stride. Now, I don't plan on filming these every day. I don't even plan on posting photos on Instagram every day, despite trying to draw every day. Just because, really. I tried to think of a reason, but honestly, just because. I will post pictures of them all, probably bundle them together every few days. So if you do want to see them, my Instagram is linked below. But filming them, I'm not sure if I will film any more of these, to be honest. I'm trying to really pay attention when I'm drawing these, and that's hard to do when I'm not moving my sketchbook as much as I normally would, because I'm worried about whether it's still in the frame or if it's moving around too much when I speed the footage up. I want to be able to lean over and not worry about my head getting in the way. I don't know, I love filming more casual sketching videos, but this is a project that I really want to put 100% into in terms of quality, striving for a finish that I can really be proud of, and that's hard to do when 20% of me is focusing on filming. We'll see. Let me know if you guys have any thoughts or suggestions on that, because I am open to hearing anything. Speaking of hearing things, I really hope you probably can, but I hope you can't hear my washing machine on in the background. It's doing its spin cycle, and I thought I'd be able to get this voiceover done before it started that, so I apologise for that. Anyway, we'll wrap things up. I am really excited for this month and the drawings that I'm going to come out with. I'm already loving the work that other people have been doing too. Instagram is such a joy to scroll through every morning, just seeing all the different takes on this challenge, and I'm really thrilled to be taking part for my third proper year in a row now. I just feel good about this. I'm looking forward to immersing myself in it and getting as much from it as I can. I would love to know how you guys are feeling about it, and hopefully I've answered any questions that you might have about my own Inktober plans, but do feel free to ask any more below. The only other question I normally get is whether or not I'm using references, and this time round I'm not using any references directly, since almost everything I'm drawing is made up anyway, but I will have a few pictures up to help me along the way. So for example, today I was pulling from maybe 4 different photos of mushrooms. But yeah, that's all I've got to say about my Inktober and this day 2 drawing. I'm really looking forward to hearing from you all, finding out what you're up to. I love the community aspect of this month and the fact that it just seems to be growing and growing. Even if you're not taking part, it's fun to just make the most of all the fantastic ideas and inspiration floating around. So thank you so much for joining me for this sketchbook session today with a twist. I hope you are feeling inspired to create a little something for yourselves too, and I will see you next week for the next one. Bye.